What's up, and welcome to Warrior of the Light. My name is Mike Gonzalez, and I'm an executive transformation coach at my company, Path of Remembrance. And in this drop-in with you, I'm going to be talking about my personal transformation from professional MMA fighter to the world of spirituality, where I'm going to be sharing all the lessons, gems, experiences, and everything in between. But I wanted to thank you first for subscribing to my channel and for liking and sharing my content. I truly appreciate you being here. Enjoy this week's episode of Warrior of the Light. Alright, episode 2, here we are. So, change the scenery. I'm at my friend's place. So I'm watching my friend's cats. I got to let them out, let them do the cat things. His cats are actually pretty cool. They're kind of like puppies. And I figured I'd go to the garage and bring my stuff so I could still connect with you guys and drop in and keep this going. So that's all that matters. I get to be here with you. So, control. Letting go of control. That's the emphasis for today. And man, that shit was hard. That shit, it still comes up from time to time, but like truly letting it go, that was the main thing that I felt would piss me off the most, was when things felt out of my control. Because I felt like things were out of my control majority of my existence at that time. And going into fighting for me provided ease to that, because it felt like I was able to gain that control again. It was just me and you, nobody else in the way, no interference. And everything that I know to be true about me, I get to show you and show the entire world. And there's literally nothing you can do to stop me. Nobody can really get in the way of that. And to be able to just take my power back in such a powerful way, that was exhilarating. And I kept trying to do that outside of fighting, but because fighting is so physical, it got me so confused to thinking that I needed the physical to be under my control, or like I needed to dominate things around me to get them to be the way that I want, control them in that way. And man, like at that time, every little thing would piss me off because it would be out of my control. And that was the whole thing that life was showing me. That was the feedback life was giving me, that, okay, this is out of your control. How do you feel? And how do you feel with this? And like, even having a roommate at the time where it's just like I would see dishes in the sink, and I like a clean space. To me, clean space is a clear mind. So I would go by that. And I grew up really needing to maintain a clean space. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. And yeah, anytime I wash my stuff as I go, and I would see dishes in the sink, and it would fucking irk me, bro. Because I would see it as like a representation of something that was against me, against the ease that I was trying to give myself. And I didn't know it at that time, but that's what I felt it represented. And I tried all different ways to gain control of that. And I got to the point of just like, I just got tired of being just so mad. It's so much energy. Like, there's a lot of benefits that anger gives you, right? Like, the purpose of anger is it shows you it gets you to display the power you thought you once lacked. So there's a huge benefit to it. But constantly being in that state is like, it's just not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable for everybody around you. It's not enjoyable for the person being angry. So as I was diving more into this work, and I'm hearing this stuff from like Abraham, I'm like checking out all these different books, all these different podcasts, and it's all about letting go of control and not letting stuff like dominate your internal world in that state. So I was like, okay. First, it was manipulation. Honestly speaking, it was straight up manipulation. I was like, cool, law of attraction. I am going to get to this place of stillness, and I'm not really going to care. And then I'm just going to visualize him cleaning the stuff, and then I'll get the result, and boom, I'll get control in that way. That's not how I viewed it. I thought I was manifesting, but I get control in that way. And it worked one time. He did the dishes. I was like, cool. All right. This is way easier. This is way easier than I thought. Cool. That's all I got to do. And when it wasn't happening, it kind of pissed me off more. Because it was like, I'm doing the things. I'm being positive, right? I'm focusing on the higher version of my roommate that will fucking clean the dishes. and it's not happening. This is annoying. This shouldn't happen. Why can't he comprehend that this is actually beneficial for him too? That I'm trying to help him out and give him a clear mind. The benefit of experiencing life with a clear mind. And that state of ease. He doesn't see the way that I'm helping him. And manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. And it wasn't until I got to the point where I was just like, okay, so why does this piss me off? This pisses me off because there's so much of my life that feels out of control, and I'm trying to regain all of that control with this. I was trying to do it with fighting, and I'm trying to do it with this. Because the main thing about, being in debt at the time, the main thing about being in debt was I would have to deal with debt collectors. That, to me, nothing felt more out of control than that. That, like, not even the money I had at the time was even mine. And, like, it felt like I just needed to keep asking for permission to live my life and do the things that I want. And it's just like, well, can I spend this money? But this money is for this bill and this bill. So it's just like, I can't even do the things that I want. And it's just like, fuck. So, but what if? What if with just the dishes, you just don't care? What if you just don't let it affect you? You don't let it bother you. You just treat it like air. And treat it like air in the sense because, like, you could act like something's not bothering you, but it's like when something's in your peripheral and it's annoying the shit out of you and you're trying to act like, no, cool, and you're ignoring it and trying to ignore it. And trying to ignore it, it's like you're still feeling the same annoyance. So, but when you treat something like air, like, you don't think about air, it's just there. And being able to do that and really feel the true, like, not even I don't care about it, but it does not even exist to me. And when I removed my attention to it, when I removed its existence in my experience, I would just see the dishes and just keep it moving. There was nothing attached to it. And the more I did that, the more at ease I felt, the more peaceful I felt. And it allowed me to let go of so much resentment I held. Because I held a lot of resentment towards him when I wanted him to wash the dishes. He wasn't doing it. So then as I let that go, I got to remember, I was like, man, this is also my best friend. That's why we moved in together, because he's my best friend, my main training partner. We saw each other all the fucking time. Every single training session, multiple training sessions a day. I would see him at the striking gym I would go to. I would see him at the jiu-jitsu place I go to, and the strength and conditioning place I go to. We help each other get ready for fights. And we're like, okay, let's just live together. And then we lived together. We would talk about mental stuff. And so it's like so much stuff was in alignment, but focusing on things that were out of my control allowed me to completely forget all of that because of how it made me feel. And being able to bring myself back to the place of, like, being able to enjoy my best friend again. Like, that was cool. That was really cool. And then I got to see, okay, I let that go. And then there was other stuff that like revealed itself as to, okay, how are you gonna handle the money situation, right? You're in debt. There's stuff you got to pay off. You don't have much for it, and there's stuff that you want to do. There's ways that you want to relax. There's food you would like to get, but you can't. How are you gonna handle that? And it was paying attention to all the little ways that sensation would come up. Even when I would buy the amount of food that was within the budget, just going to spend the money at the time, I can feel my stomach do this. It's like, I know I have enough, but this is gonna make it less. And being able to just, okay, I'm still able to do what I love, which is fighting. Every job I got at the time had to go around my training schedule and my fighting schedule. It was not the other way around. And I would leave jobs if it ever interfered. And now I started to acknowledge just the way things were happening in that way. That literally my intention was fighting comes first, nothing comes before fighting. And fighting will forever be taken care of. I will get all the gear, the best gear, everything that I need, food, everything, and I'll be set. I literally had food sponsors. I had sponsors that paid for my gear. I had sponsors that paid for a lot of my recovery needs for training camps. I have sponsors, a chiropractic place that allow me to get adjusted for free, get treated for free. I had strength and conditioning for free at one point. Actually, I had strength and conditioning for free pretty much my entire career. Training was paid for. And anytime the sensation of concern about money will come up, it'll make me forget all of that. And as you hear me say the list, it's like, man, that sounds fucking awesome. You had everything you needed. But that sensation of something's out of my control, and I'm just not able to experience life in the way that I want to in this moment right now because of this thing. And it can make you forget all of that. It can make you forget everything that's truly going well. So I didn't make the money shift at that time. At that time, I was able to let go of the control that I needed money to comfort me. I kind of disassociated from money at the time. It wasn't until after I retired and I stepped into what I do now that I got to sit with loving myself, even if I didn't have anything. Even though I was making significantly less than all the times I've ever made money. I was like, still love you. That doesn't change anything. And once I acknowledged I was in control of the love that I felt for me, changed everything. Now I just see all the beautiful ways that money comes to me so much easier. And so it's literally effortless. And at times I would hear people say that. I'm like, fucking shit it is. At the time it wasn't. But it was because that sensation of feeling like it wasn't was tied to that word money. That was my experience of money. I wasn't able to really enjoy money for the ease that it brings. I started to really break down, if you really think about how much easier money makes everything, right? It helps, you don't have to trade service for service. If you see a really nice shirt or something, right? You see a nice silk shirt, cashmere, whatever fabric you want, right? Awesome design, you love it, or even a painting, whatever you want. Or perfect, like iPhone. And I rambled about so many things, like iPhone or Android. iPhone. And so if you had to trade services, what would you do in exchange for somebody that could provide an iPhone for you? You're gonna draw, you're gonna dance a little bit, like, and you get to see, in exchange for the services that people provide. And if people do like awesome paintings, or you don't have to try to match the quality of what they bring. You're like, here's money. And they're just as happy as if you provided them an equal exchange. And it makes it so much easier that you don't have to hunt for your food. You don't have to grow your food. You go to one place that has all the things that you need in one location. You can even have other places across the world ship it to you. So the ease that it provides, as you start to reflect on that, now the sensation behind the money starts to shift. And for me, that was the greatest shift in realizing that anytime I was trying to control anything, it caused some constriction. It caused a lot of discomfort. It's a lot of forcing. And I like to see that as like, life is like flowing down the river, like a lazy river. I love lazy rivers. Like, feel the sun on you with the mixture of the cool of the water, and you're just chilling, like. And whenever you try to control something, it's like you hold on to a rock. And now that same river that was once flowing is now splashing water in your face. You're trying to gasp for air, and you're getting tired by holding on to that rock. It's just like, what would happen if you let go? You know? And in letting go, you get back to ease. And once that river starts to turn, all of a sudden there's all the things that you've been wishing for and asking for. But it just took you letting go and just trusting. Which, probably do the next episode on that. So I gotta go. My friends invited me to play some poker with them, some Texas Hold'em. Haven't played in a while, so that's gonna be some fun. But I still wanted to fit in this episode and connect with you guys. So happy to be here with you, and I'll catch you guys later. That concludes this week's episode of Warrior of the Light. I genuinely want to know, though, what was your favorite part? And what aspects reflected your journey? And what are you taking with you? Because I look forward to talking with you about it in the comments. And if you liked it, remember to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on upcoming videos. And if there's anybody that came to mind that you feel may resonate with the video, or that you feel that may help them, share it with them. I look forward to connecting with you on next week's episode of Warrior of the Light.